Hi, welcome to Restorative Mobility and Movement. Today, you can join me for different levels depending on what you're capable of when you woke up this morning. Every day is different, right? So treat your body like it's a new thing and figure out where you are today. If you want more challenge, you're going to be on an unstable surface. So that's why I have a mat. If you need less balance challenge, then be on a hard surface because it won't throw off your balance as much. I am going to be on this part mat so that my stability is challenged. And then I have my 3-foot roller for just in case, right? We keep it on our around our person so that we can tap out if we need to recenter. Otherwise, we're going to shift our weight into our left leg. Make sure that you are pressing down underneath your big toe, your pinky toe, and in your heel. And then I'm hypermobile, so I can lock out my legs and it looks like that. That means I'm in my joint, not my muscle. So if I want to stay in my muscle, I have to have a soft bend in my legs, and then suddenly I can turn on my hamstring and my glute. That's what I'm going to do with my standing leg. So I have my pressure point under big toe, pinky toe, heel, a soft bend in my knee, and then I'm going to squeeze my glute on my standing leg. It's supporting my weight. I'm going to use this roller just to get situated because I have to make sure that my hips stay square. A lot of times people either hike up or they sag down, but we need our hips even for balance. You can already feel your foot probably doing this. It's getting its work. So you figure out where you're at. If you have to hold on to the roller to get there and then play touch and go, you can, wherever you need to be today. If you're ready for the next level, your hands will go to your hips. And if you're ready for the next level, your hands interlace, they go behind your head, and then my head is pressing back into my hands so that my upper back turns on. Now from there, I can just hold, and you can set a timer, and you can hold for a full minute, or we can add movement to challenge it. So I'm going to point my hovering leg, and I'm going to tap down to the mat and pull it up. Now, if you want to integrate more muscles at the top, I can squeeze this glute and then pull my leg down with my glute. It makes it a little more tricky, tries to throw off your balance a little bit more. We're halfway. That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can move slower if you want. You can really crawl. The slower you go, the harder it is. When you lift up your leg, make sure, again, that your hips don't hike like that. You would want to keep your hips even and then lift your leg only as far as you can without rocking those hips. Okay, so we just did that leg. Now we move our roller over. We're going to use our other leg. It may not be the same. God gave your legs 2 different zip codes, so respect where they're at. Again, I'm putting pressure underneath my big toe, my pinky toe, and my heel. I'm unlocking my standing leg knee. So I'm in my muscle. I'm squeezing this glute, and then I'm going to lift this left leg up. From here, I make sure that my hips are even, they're squared. And then I'm going to pull my leg up only as far as I can without rocking this boat. I can just hold this, or I can move my hands to my hips and behind my head and hold. And then if I want to add movement, I'm going to pull my toe down with my glute and pull my leg up. Again, not hiking that hip, keeping your pelvis nice and still as you move. And if you're looking at me and you're falling over, you can just listen to my voice while you stare at the wall behind me so that you don't lose your balance. Because if we stare at something still, we do a lot better job. I think we have 2 more left. Very good. Let me put that leg down. Now we're going to work on external rotation. It's either easier or harder for you. Usually people struggle with one or the other, and it's not always predictable. So again, I'm going to shift weight into my left leg. And this time, I'm going to bring my leg out to the side. So I have lifted my leg up, my hips are squared. I'm opening my leg only as far as this hip doesn't try to turn towards it. So with each hip, it may be different. And then I'm pointing that toe, making sure my hips are squared, my knees not locked. And then I decide my balance challenge. Is it just staying here and playing touch and go? Maybe it is. Otherwise, hands on hips, or hands behind head, head pressing back into your hands. Ooh, I nearly lost that one. And then I lift up and tap down. It's hard, isn't it? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did it and didn't fall over. Yay. Now let's say my other. Now we're going to move to the other side. So I'm anchoring down in my big toe, my pinky toe, my heel, unlocking this knee, squeezing this glute. I'm lifting my leg up, making sure my hips are squared. And then I'm going to open my leg out to the side. So again, I'm only opening as far as this hip doesn't try to turn towards it. It's different for me. It's probably different for you. And then we can either do touch and go, or we find, ooh, I almost lost it, our balance challenge. Oh, here we go. Can I do this? Pressing my head into my hands. I'm going to tap down and pull up. Not hiking my hip. And squeezing my bottom as I push that leg down. Almost there. 8, 9, 10. We did it. All right. You can go through and do that series again if you would like to. You know, my hips always feel tired after that because so many muscles are working to stabilize. The other thing we're going to do is get our glutes involved. And it seems like a weird way to get your glutes to work, but trust, we're going to find them. For our glute activation and our calves, we're going to have our feet in a Pilates V, which looks like this. And then we're going to stand on the balls of our feet. Sorry if my feet are dirty. I'm outside. With my heels squeezing together and my knees unlocked, I'm going to hold onto my roller to get started so I get the feel for it before I try to balance. Okay, so I'm squeezing my tummy, I'm squeezing my bottom as I lift. Again, keeping those heels connected. And then I'm squeezing those heels together as I lower. So my heels are actively pressing into each other as I go up and as I go down. And I only get to go as tall as I can stand on the balls of my feet. So it's not putting all the pressure on my toes, it's on the balls of my feet. And you should start feeling all of this burn as you're doing it right. Woo. You can do these until your bottom falls off, or you can do about 15 of them. That's usually about what I like. Ooh-wee. Was that 900? 901, 902. And again, if you get wobbly, you can play touch and go with your roller, but the goal would be able to do it like this. It's so much harder, especially when you press your head back into your hands. It becomes a full body exercise. My calves are burning. How are yours? Well, your bottom should be burning too. The whole backside of your leg should be on fire. Let's do 3 more because we can. Whew. Oh, so good. Now we're going to take away the buddy support group. So instead of being in that V turned out position, we're going parallel. So it's just underneath your hips, ankles underneath knees, knees underneath hips. And again, we've got our roller if we need it, because this one, we're going to feel more wobble in our ankles. I'm rising up to the balls of my feet. Again, trying not to push all my weight to my toes and rolling down and up. Enjoy the top where you've got your balance and down. And then we get to decide what we would do with our arms. They can go to our hips. They can play touch and go on the roller if we need to, or your hands can go all the way up. But with this one, you're going to be able to feel if you're pressing unequally through your feet because your body weight is going to shimmy. Oh, I almost lost that. And then roll down. So the slower you go, the more you grow. Both directions. It takes so much concentration, it's almost hard to talk to you. Elbows nice and wide. Do you notice one foot struggling more than another? I think my left one is having problems today. Oof. I think we've got 3 more at least. You have the advantage of being able to pause this whenever you want and do extra reps because you can. Okay, now we're gonna prance it out. So I rise up on both of my feet, and then I'm gonna lower one down with control, rise up, lower the other one down. Whew. That transition, you have to balance at the top of the move, and you're trying to keep your hips from rocking. They're nice and still while we do this. You should feel this in your bottom, so keep squeezing that glute as you pull through the movement. Surprisingly large amount of work for something that looks so simple. Oh, I fell out of that one. One more each side. We did it. Yay. I feel like I should get a pat on my back every time I finish one of them because it's like, check, did that. Now we're going to do our around the world. Again, with a roller or without a roller. I always like to start with a roller so I can feel what good form is before I try to do it myself. I'm going to be balancing on my right leg, pressure underneath my big toe, pinky toe, and heel, evenly spaced, and then a slight bend in my knee because I can lock it out, squeezing my tummy, and I'm lifting my leg out. So again, we tend to hike our hips around. I want you to keep your hips squared, and then you're lifting your leg off the ground. Now I have a stiff left hip, so I can't lift it very high. And that's okay. You're gonna lift it where you can lift it, but you should feel this burning. And then once you found that spot, again, we can take our hand off the roller to our hips or behind our head. I think I'm gonna do my hips this time. And then I'm just tapping down. So I lift and tap down, lift, tap down 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Almost lost it. 10. Oh, I did it. Okay, we're gonna burn out the standing leg and this leg, so we're not switching legs. Yay! Again, standing the same leg. This time the leg is coming out in front. So my toes are always pointed. Helps me clear the ground a little bit better. Squaring off my hips. I'm gonna tap and lift 10 times. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay. This is the hardest one. Going back. And turn to the side so you can see it. I'm still using the same leg. I'm gonna stand up nice and tall, and my leg goes behind me. So see, we want to bend our knee, which can take it out of the glute. So it's just barely lifting it off the ground and tapping it back. I'm gonna squeeze my tummy, stand strong in my standing leg, and then I'm just gonna reach back 10 times. So I'm gonna let go of my roller and try to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay. Now we get to do the other leg. And we can do it the same way and work backwards. It's kind of fun, like you go up a mountain, come down a mountain. So I'm going to stand strong in my opposite leg. So now I've moved to where my left leg is my standing leg. My right leg is going back behind me. I'm going to square off my hips and then stand tall, squeeze my tummy, squeeze this glute, and it's going to lift my toes off and tap them down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, that's hard. If you're doing it right, it's just a little lift. A lot of people try to lift too high and you see what my torso does. Torso still, just the leg moves. Now I'm gonna do the front, because we're going down the mountain, right? Squaring off my hips, standing strong on my left leg, unlocking that knee, and then I'll find my balance point. I'm gonna lift and tap 10 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now to the side. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Around the world. Check. Now we're going to put those moves together. So I'm back with my original leg, my left one, standing strong on my right. I'm going to lift my leg out in front. Okay, this is where I find my balance. I'm going to move my hands to my hips, and then I'm slowly reaching my leg around. Woo-wee, and back. We did it. And again, and back. And again, you've got your roller if you need to touch down. And go as slow as you need to not lose it. One more. Actually, we could do 10 of these. That was 5. This is doable, right? 7. 8. 9. Oh, last one. 10. Other side, right when that leg was getting tired, right? Saved by the bell. Putting pressure equally throughout my foot, unlocking that knee, bringing this leg out in front, saying a Hail Mary. This is my weaker leg. Here we go. So far, so good. That was 1. 2. You like it when I sing my numbers? 3, 4, 5. I'm getting shaky. 6, 7. This is when we start to notice our legs are different. 8, 9, 10. I'm doing one extra just in case. Oh, did it. The next series that we're doing is for posture resetting. We need our 3-foot long roller and then 2 light weights. These are Naboso weights. They're 2.5 pounds. They're textured, so it gives me good feedback. Nothing heavier than this. We just need something that is heavy enough that we can feel a deep stretch, but not so heavy that we're using all the wrong muscles to get there. 2.5 pounds or lighter. To get on your roller, you can sit beside your roller, bring your bottom to the edge of it, and then move up. So that's the easiest way. I'm going to show you what each of these moves looks like on the roller, and then I'm going to stand up and cue you with my hands so you can see what I'm actually doing. But the first one is pulling down around the roller. So my back is connected all the way down except for the small of my back. I'm using my abdominals to pull me down to be connected, and I'm grounding myself in my feet. My head and my tailbone are supported. My arms reach up towards the ceiling. My weights can tap each other because mine are wider. And then I'm going to pull my elbows wide as I touch the ground. If I can, I may be too tight, so don't force it. You'll warm up the more you do. And again, my upper back is hugging the roller, and then I'm pressing with my chest to reach my arms tall. So stretching my chest here, using my back to hug the roller, and then using my chest to drive tall. Then my palms turn to face each other for hug. Soft bend in my elbows, my weights don't touch each other. Then my hands go up towards the ceiling. I'm going to do scissors. So they start at the same level above my shoulder. I inhale, my arms open. I exhale, my arms closed. And it wants to twist you on the roller. So you're really going to have to use those abdominals to keep your body on the roller. And you have to turn your neck off and use your back to reach those arms. We do triceps. So my palms turn to face each other. My elbows are stacked over my shoulders. And then I'm going to bend my forearms down and drive them up. Then I can do circles. My hands turn to face away from me. I am not going to twist the weight to draw my circles. My weight stays still as my arms circle from the shoulders. You may not go super big. It just depends on your shoulder mobility and your back strength. For the hand movements, I'm going to do them this way so that you can see them better than with me being on the roller. But remember, you're set up on the roller. Your head and your tailbone are supported. You are connected all the way down your spine except for the very low lumbar spine, the curve of your back here. You're going to use your abs to hold yourself down and still. So you shouldn't be rocking side to side, and you shouldn't be bucking up and down on the roller while we're doing any of this. Also, your shoulders need to stay down. What I tell people is bring your shoulders up, bring them back, down, and that's where they stay. We're trying to not use our upper traps. All of the work should come from back here. So if you feel it in your back, yay. And if the next day you feel it in your middle back, even better, because that means you use the right muscles during the workout. That's your little check-in. And then I pull wide, tap, and press up, tap. So when I pull wide, my back is hugging the roller. When I push up, it's my chest pushing it up. And we're going to do 15 of these. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. The next one is a hug or chest fly. My weights are not touching each other at the top because I can't use my back to really reach that few inches. With my hands directly over my shoulders, a soft bend in my elbow, so it looks like that. I pull wide and I close. So from directly overhead, this is what it looks like. I won't be able to touch the floor with my arms because that would take it out of my back, but I should be able to feel my back hugging the roller when my arms get open. So you're going to inhale your arms open and exhale them closed. Again, inhaling and exhaling. It should feel really good. We have 5 more-ish. So hard to talk when you're counting and count when you talk. 2 more. Then there are triceps. The way triceps look is I have my elbow directly in line with my shoulder, and then I lower the weights beside my head, and I drive with straight arms back up. My elbows don't get to move. They stay stacked directly over my shoulders, and then my arms get to pull back. So join me. And again, with you laying on the roller, that would make this triceps. For me, it's not, it's biceps. 5 more. Okay, then we have our scissors. So your weights start out directly over your shoulders. You're gonna inhale as you stretch both arms long, and then exhale to bring both weights back to the center. And then inhale the opposite way, and then exhale to center. So you should feel a stretch like your hands are trying to aim for opposite walls in the room without twisting off your roller and without letting your back arch. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale to close. And try to move your arms at the same speed. Whenever I'm laying on my back, it's easier to move them at the same speed because gravity is working on them equally. It's not when I'm doing it this way. This is probably my favorite one. This feels so good when you're on the roller. Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Maybe so we're even. Right? Are you like me? Now, we're going to have the weights to draw circles. When we draw our circles, the weights don't get to turn like this. The weights are going to stay in the same position. It's just our shoulders that are getting the work. So my circles may not be very big, just so that I can keep from turning my weights. Right? Now we're going to start a count. We have to do 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is so much heavier for me. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Oh, now we get to reverse our circles. I may just talk you through this one. What it looks like is going the opposite that you just did. For 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh, this is hard. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Were your shoulders down for that? They should have been down for that. Then you've got your angel stretches. So your hands reach above your head. You swing them down to your hips and then back up. If the tops of your hands can touch the floor while you do it, go you go. If they cannot, without you arching your back off the roller, then don't aim for it. The goal is to be approaching the floor and feeling the stretch without compromising your form on the roller. So keep doing those angels. But we can do 5 more. 4. Keep your shoulders down. 3, 2, 1. Yay! How do you feel? Your body should feel reset and new. Enjoy the openness of your chest and the strength that you found in your back. Neck tension free. With the balance challenge, the weights go to the side, my hands go to the floor. I'm reaching my fingertips away from me and I'm pressing down into my palms. From here, I lift one leg up, pointed toe, stack my knee over my hip, and then the other. So my hands are having to press from my back. My gaze is going to be up at the ceiling, not at my legs. I'm squeezing my tummy and I'm going to pull one leg down, tap, and pull it back up. And then the other, tap, and pull it back up. Alternating to reach without letting my back arch off that roller. My abs are very busy. If it is too much to hold your legs in tabletop and tap down, then you can have one foot down as you tap and lower this one. And then you can plant that one and tap this one. Otherwise, this is ideal because it's working your abdominals more to keep you steady and grounded. We'll do 10 to 15 of these taps. And then double legs. So with this one, I do a Pilates beat and I tap both legs down, lift up. So I'm squeezing my heels together as I reach them. It's so hard to do this one without arching your back. So if you can't touch the floor without arching your back, you go as low as you can and then pull back up. Inhaling down, exhaling up. Three more. Okay. Then rest your feet for a second. Make sure you're not getting too hip flexory. If you are, you can press up into a bridge from here. Your head is supported. Your hands can stay or they can lift. Up to you. But you should feel a yummy stretch right here to help reset you. You'll go back down to your roller. And then we do essentially dead bugs. Only it's a lot harder on a roller. So I have one hand up, my other hand down. So my left hand is up, my right hand is grounding me, and then my left leg is down, grounding me. So opposites. I'm going to press my right knee into my left hand, and then I'm going to reach them both away from each other. And then press. When you press, you're getting cross body engagement, and then reach. So my toe is pointed and it reaches away. We do 10. Now we see how the other side does. So I'm planting my right leg down. My left hand goes down. My left leg comes up. My right hand comes up. My hand and knee press into each other, and then they reach away 10 times. And normally we start with the side that we're better at, just intuitively. So buckle up for your second side. It may be a bumpy ride. Oh, that was 10. Yay. If you want more challenge, I don't know if I can do more challenge. It's a lot, but you can have both of your hands off and practice marching. Oof. I always have to think about it on one leg. Yeah, I'm doing it. Are you doing it? I hope you're able to do it. Oh, I lost it. Here we go. So tricky. Mercy. We can do a few more times. Right. We can do anything a few times. Ooh, almost fell out of that one. One more each side. Yay. That's over. Hurrah. Now we can just enjoy a stretch. So you're gonna reach your hands high above you and then circle your arms around. So it's like we're making snow angels. If you can drag the tops of your hands on the floor, go you go. If you can't without arching your back, then don't do it. It should feel yummy. Not bad. You can also put your weights in your hands and do this as long as they're not too heavy. One more. Okay, now take it off your roller. You can just barrel roll to the side, and that's what I usually recommend. So what that looks like is I'm putting my hand down on the ground, I'm rolling towards my hand, and it comes out behind me. If you have a magic circle, this is a great exercise to strengthen your cervical extensors, so like those muscles in your neck, especially if you're dealing with tech neck. So this part of your neck gets really sore and stretched out when we're looking down at our phone, causes a lot of problems. These exercises help strengthen the muscles to help your head sit upright, and it takes away some of the pain. It helps with stress headaches if you carry a lot of tension in your neck and right here. Try these. You take your magic circle for the first part. It's an Around the World series, and I'm going to have it on the side of my head. It's just above my ear on my temple, and then I'm pulling my shoulder down away from my ear. This is a twofer because I'm working on my arm back connection using this muscle to push the circle while I'm working my neck. I stretch my neck tall from the crown of my head. When I tell people to get tall, they do this. Chin is normal. You're pulling up from the crown of your head. Shoulders down. I press the circle into my head only as far as my neck can resist, and my shoulder stays down. So I'm trying to stretch my neck long while that circle is getting pressed into the side of my head. You'll notice that one side of your neck may be stronger than another or carry more tension than the other. So just be aware of that. Maybe there's some habits you can change, like where you're carrying your backpack, purse, or kid, or groceries. It makes a difference. And we do 10 to 15 of each of these. After you have completed your reps, we get to move in front. I'm taking the magic circle pad and I'm putting it on my forehead. And again, I'm pulling my shoulders down away from my ears, stretch my neck nice and long. You may get some double chins. And then I'm stretching my neck long while it resists. Now I have bulging discs in my neck, so this is the weakest position for me. So this is the one I'm trying to grow. It's so hard. That was 10. We'll do 5 more. Ooh, that is so hard for me. Then I move back to the side of my head, the other side, just above my ear on my temple, pulling my shoulder down away from my ear. And then I stretch my neck long while it resists the circle. Does it feel good? It feels good to me. Every now and then when I go from one side to the other, I'll get a little mini adjustment and it feels yummy. Five more if we're doing 15. Okay. Then we get to wear it around our head like a halo because we're all angels, right? Not me, but maybe you are. The handle will go on the back of your occipital lobe. So right where your head starts to curve, you want to make sure you have it underneath the two pressure points on either side. And then once you get that in place, again, I'm pulling my shoulders down away from my ears, and then I'm going to press away on the circle only as much as my neck can resist. This may feel really good if you have a tension headache because that pad is hitting right at that spot where it is. So this may help your neck relax a little bit. Okay, then the last one is my favorite. It's also the hardest one to teach. I'm going to explain what it is before I try to do it because it's hard to talk and do it at the same time. You put the magic circle underneath your chin like it's a chin strap. One hand goes on the handle, the other hand goes on top of the handle. Then I'm going to press with my hands to add tension to that circle. Okay, so you maintain the tension. And then I'm thinking I'm going to pull up from my bun so much that my chin tucks a little bit. And that is what is pushing against the circle. So my hands are not moving to cause tension. My hands hold the tension. My chin is moving to enjoy the tension. Okay, but it's not that it's pressing down, it's that I'm pulling up. You should feel a stretch in the back of your neck. So right where that handle was for the last one, you should feel a yummy stretch. So this is what it looks like. Again, underneath my chin, hand, hand, press, and then I'm pulling the back of my head up towards the sky. You see, my hands weren't moving at all, just my head. And that's my favorite one. Man, it feels so good after you're done. So anytime you need a break from reading, studying, working on your phone, this is a good reset to get all of this feeling better, strengthening the muscles that have stretched out and gotten weak. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed our restorative mobility and movement class today. I am very hopeful that it helps you feel better and more ease and with better posture as you go about your day today. Feel free to shoot me an email with some feedback. Let me know how I can get you moving better.